He that speaks much is much mistaken. Creditors have better memories than debtors. Honest Tom, you may trust him with a house full of untold millstones. Think, bright Florella, when you see the constant changes of the year, that nothing is from ruin free, the grayest things must disappear. Think of your beauties in their bloom, the spring of sprightly youth improve. For cruel age, alas, will come, and then 'twill be too late to love. There is no man so bad, but he secretly respects the good. 'Tis a shame that your family is an honor to you. You ought to be an honor to your family. Syl, dreamt and buried in his fellow clay, close by a common beggar's side he lay, and, as so mean a neighbor shocked his pride, thus, like a corpse of consequence, he cried, Scoundrel, begone, and henceforth touch me not. More manners learn, and, at a distance, rot. How, scoundrel? In a haughtier tone cried he, Proud lump of dirt, I scorn thy words and thee. Here all are equal, now thy case is mine. This is my rotting place, and that is thine. Glass, china, and reputation are easily cracked and never well mended. Pray don't burn my house to roast your eggs. Some worth it argues, a friend's worth to know. Virtue to own the virtue of a foe. Prosperity discovers vice, adversity virtue. Many a man would have been worse if his estate had been better. He must give advice, but we cannot give conduct. Love and toothache have many cures, but none infallible, except possession and dispossession. Whate'er is desired, knowledge, fame, or pelf, not one will change his neighbor with himself. The learned are happy nature to explore. The fool is happy that he knows no more. The rich are happy in the plenty given. The poor contents him with the care of heaven. Thus does some comfort every state attend, and pride's bestowed on all, a common friend. The ancients tell us what is best, but we must learn of the moderns what is fittest. Fly pleasures, and they'll follow you. Since thou art not sure of a minute, throw not away an hour. I have never seen the philosopher's stone that turns lead into gold, but I have known the pursuit of it turn a man's gold into lead. Neither a fortress nor a maidenhead will hold out long after they begin to parley. Since I cannot govern my own tongue, though within my own teeth, how can I hope to govern the tongues of others? Never entreat a servant to dwell with thee. As we must account for every idle word, so we must for every idle silence. Time is an herb that cures all diseases. If you do what you should not, you must hear what you would not. Never praise your cider or your horse. He that can have patience can have what he will. Now I have a sheep and a cow. Everybody bids me good morrow. God helps them that help themselves. Good wives and good plantations are made by good husbands. Keep flax from fire, youth from gaming. There is more old drunkards than old doctors. 3 things are men most likely to be cheated in: a horse, a wig, and a wife. Poverty, poetry, and new titles of honor make men ridiculous. He that lives well is learned enough. Kind Catherine to her husband kissed these words: Mine own sweet Will, how dearly I love thee. If true, quoth Will, the world no such affords, and that it's true, I durst his warrant be. For ne'er heard I a woman good or ill, but always loved best her own sweet Will. He that scatters thorns, let him go barefoot. Reading makes a full man, meditation a profound man, discourse a clear man. The golden age never was the present age. Nice eaters seldom meet with a good dinner. Most people return small favors, acknowledge middling ones, and repay great ones with ingratitude. Youth is pert and positive, age modest and doubting. So, ears of corn, when young and light, stand bold upright, but hang their heads when weighty, full, and ripe. What will not luxury taste? Earth, sea, and air are daily ransacked for the bill of fare. 'Tis easier to suppress the first desire than to satisfy all that follow it. Don't judge of men's wealth or piety by their Sunday appearances. As honest Hodge, the farmer sowed his field, cheered with the hope of future gain, 'twould yield. 2 upstart jacks in the office, proud and vain, come riding by, and thus insult the swain. You drudge and sweat and labor here, old boy, but we the fruit of your hard toil enjoy. Belike you may, quoth Hodge, and but your due, for gentlemen, 'tis hemp I am sowing now. The wise and brave dares own that he was wrong. For want of a nail, the shoe is lost. For want of a shoe, the horse is lost. For want of a horse, the rider is lost. Fond pride of dress is sure an empty curse. Ere fancy you consult your purse. Drunkenness, that worst of evils, makes some men fools, some beasts, and some devils. The proud hate pride in others. The busy man has few idle visitors. To the boiling pot, the flies come not. Calamity and prosperity are the touchstones of integrity. Kings have long arms, but misfortune longer. Let none think themselves out of her reach. 'Tis more noble to forgive, and more manly to despise, than to revenge an injury. Meanness is the parent of insolence. Celia's rich sideboard seldom sees the light. Clean is her kitchen, and her spits are bright. Her knives and spoons all ranged in even rows. No hands molest, nor fingers discompose. A curious jack, hung up to please the eye, forever still, whose flyers never fly. Her plates unusually shining on the shelf, for Celia dresses nothing but herself. Love, cough, and a smoke can't well be hid. Let the letter stay for the post, and not the post for the letter. 'Tis better to leave an enemy at one's death than beg of a friend in one's life. If you'd have a servant that you like, serve yourself. 3 good meals a day is bad living. Dally not with other folks' women or money. To whom thy secret thou dost tell, to him thy freedom thou dost sell. He that pursues 2 hares at once does not catch one, and lets the other go. When will the miser's chest be full enough? When will he cease his bags to cram and stuff? All day he labors, and all night he contrives, providing as if he'd 100 lives, while endless care cuts short the common plan. So have I seen with dropsy swollen a man, drink and drink more, and still unsatisfied, drink till drink drowned him, yet thirsty he died. Is there anything men take more pains about than to make themselves unhappy? Write with the learned, pronounce with the vulgar. Tell a miser he's rich, and a woman she's old, you'll get no money of one, nor kindness of the other. Friendship increases by visiting friends, but by visiting seldom. I never saw an oft-transplanted tree, nor yet an oft-removed family, that throve so well as those that settled be. The sleeping fox catches no poultry. Up, up! Look before, or you'll find yourself behind. Sam had the worst wife that a man could have. Proud, lazy sot, could neither get nor save. Eternal scold she was, and what is worse, the devil burn thee, was her common curse. Forbear, quoth Sam, that fruitless curse so common. He'll not hurt me, who've married his kinswoman. Nothing so popular as goodness. Don't go to the doctor with every distemper, nor to the lawyer with every quarrel, nor to the pot for every thirst. The rotten apple spoils his companion. Our smith of late most wonderfully swore that whilst he breathed he would drink no more, but since I know his meaning, for I think he meant he would not breathe while he did drink. Marry your daughter, and eat fresh fish betimes. I saw a few die of hunger, of eating 100,000. If your riches are yours, why don't you take them with you to the other world? Cunning proceeds from want of capacity. What more valuable than gold? Diamonds. Than diamonds? Virtue. What knowing judgment, or what piercing eye can man's mysterious maze of falsehood try? Intriguing man, of a suspicious mind, man only knows the cunning of his kind. With equal wit can counterwork his foes, and art with art, and fraud with fraud oppose. Then heed ye fair, ere you their cunning prove, and think of treachery while they talk of love. If worldly goods cannot save me from death, they ought not to hinder me of eternal life. Let thy discontents be secrets. Talking against religion is unchaining a tiger. The beast let loose may worry his deliverer. Ambition often spends foolishly what avarice had wickedly collected. Great estates may venture more, little boats must keep near shore. The good or ill hap a good or ill life is the good or ill choice of a good or ill wife. 'Tis easier to prevent bad habits than to break them. 'Tis great confidence in a friend to tell him your faults, greater to tell him his. Blessed is he that expects nothing, for he shall never be disappointed. Rather go to bed supperless than run into debt for a breakfast. Bad gains are true losses. An infallible remedy for toothache. Wash the root of an aching tooth in elder vinegar and let it dry half an hour in the sun, after which it will never ache more. Beneath this silent stone is laid a noisy, antiquated maid, who, from her cradle, talked till death, and never before was out of breath. Whither she's gone, we cannot tell, for if she talks not, she's in hell. If she's in heaven, she's there unblessed, because she hates a place of rest. Let thy child's first lesson be obedience, and the second will be what thou wilt. When you taste honey, remember gall. God gives all things to industry. Diligence overcomes difficulties. Sloth makes them. Neglect mending a small fault, and 'twill soon be a great one.